Good morning. So today we're going to learn how to add and subtract rational expressions. I don't know if you did these last year or not. A rational expression is an expression that's a ratio, so it's like a fraction, but it's to make it to be a rational expression and not just a fraction, you've got to have an x in the bottom at least. So it's any type of fraction that at least has an x in the denominator. There could be an x in the numerator too. There could be other stuff in the denominator. They could be squared, but as long as there's an x in the denominator, it's a rational expression. So we're going to add two together. And when we add fractions, we have to get a common denominator. So I have two ideas. I think I'm just going to show you this one way. So for the common denominator for these two, you've got a 2x in this bottom and a 7x in that one. They have to be the same. So we can just say, I need my denominator to be 2x times 7x. I multiply them together to figure out what my common denominator is. And so you look at the first fraction and you say, well, you've got the 2x, but you need the 7x. So we have to multiply the top and the bottom because you have to be fair. Then you look at the second fraction and you say, well, you have 7x, but you need 2x. So we multiply the top and the bottom to be fair. And then you just multiply these together and you get 21x, and then it's plus. Then you multiply these together and you get 10x. And we already wrote the denominators. And then you just try to combine like terms in the top. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. But 21x plus 10x is 31x over 2x times 7x is 14x to the second. Okay, let's try another. Let's do 6 over 4x to the second minus 3 over 5x. Okay. All right. So the common denominator, two schools of thought. You can still just multiply those together. So you can do 4x squared and 5x multiplied together for your common denominator. That's probably the easiest way. We just might have to do some reducing in a minute, but that's okay. So we'll just multiply them together. And then you look at the first fraction and you say, oh, you need the 5x. So top and bottom. Then you look at the second fraction and you say, oh, you need the 4x squared. Then you multiply these together. Minus, multiply these together. And then this time we cannot combine the numerator and the denominator because an x and an x to the second are very different. So you just rewrite them. And when we're ready to do the bottom, we can multiply those together. We get 20x to the third. Do you remember when you would multiply like bases, you added exponents? So that's what we did here. We added the 2 and the 1 to get the 3 down there. Okay. Last step is you have, I'll erase this in a second, but you have 1, 2, 3 terms. And we need to look and see if there's anything that will simplify for all 3 of them. So first off, just look at the numbers. Do these numbers all divide by a certain number? Well, they're all even. 2 goes into all of them. So let's divide them all by 2. 15, 6, and 10. And then look at the x's. They all have an x. So we can take an x away from everybody, which makes that one go away completely. Makes this one go down to just 1. Makes this one become 2 of them. So So 15 minus 12x over 10x squared. Oh, 15 minus 6x over 10x squared. Let me redo that a little bit. I'm not sure that you love that very much. Alright, so we're ready to reduce. First we look at the numbers. They can divide by 2. And then we say, oh, everybody's got an x, so we can take an x away from everybody. So what's left with 30 if we divide by 2 and we take away an x? Then we'd have 15. And then it's minus. What's left here if we divide by 2? And there was 2 x's, but I'm taking one of them away. I'm reducing it by 1. And in the bottom, what's left? 20 divided by 2 is 10. There were 3 x's, but we're reducing everybody by 1 x, so that leaves 2 x's there. Okay. Let's do another one. Alrighty. Now, this is a little different. Both of these had just one term in the bottom, just a 2x or a 7x, a 4x squared, a 5x. This time we've got x plus 6. It's 2 terms down there. So still all we're going to do to get that common denominator is to multiply those 2 terms together. And still all we're going to say is, well, this fraction needs the x minus 5. This fraction already has x minus 5. It needs the x plus 6. Okay. So now, here on this side, we're going to distribute the 2 and get 2x minus 10. Then we write our plus down. And then we distribute the 1, or just don't worry about the 1. That's up to you. Anyway, we're going to get 1x plus 6. Now, in the numerator, we're going to see if we have some like terms. And 2x plus 1x is 3x. And negative 10 and positive 6 gives us minus 4. And in the bottom, we're going to FOIL. So first times first. Outer. X times negative 5 is negative 5x. Inner is plus 6x. And last is negative 30. Let's see. These are going to combine here on the bottom. So we're going to get 3x minus 4 in the top. X squared plus 1x or plus x minus 30. Okie dokie. Last thing we're going to do, both of those were just x to the first powers in the denominators. What if the denominator was a little more complicated? Do I want to do a little more complicated? I'll do 1. Let's do x plus 3 over x squared minus 25 minus 8 over x minus 5. So, on this one, since this one is an x squared, there's a possibility that this term might factor. And we practiced this in class on Wednesday. This is a difference of perfect squares. So it was x and 5 and 5. So that factored x minus 5 times x plus 5. So this denominator is x minus 5, x plus 5, just written a different way. So now when you look at your two denominators, I've already got the x minus, I'm going to make them match first. This one already has x minus 5, it just needs the x plus 5, top and bottom. So our denominator is x minus 5, x plus 5. Now, this denominator already has both. I don't have to multiply by anything. So this is just going to stay x plus 3. And then we have the minus. And this one we're going to distribute. So it's, I'm going to put it in parentheses because of that minus there. That's a tricky little minus. So 8 times x is 8x plus 40. Alrighty, so now we've got x plus 3. Let's distribute the negative to these. Minus 8x minus 40 over. Let's go ahead and FOIL this back. Or just remember how it started as x squared minus 25. I'm going to FOIL it back in case you didn't think of it. First, outer, inner, last. All we have to do is try to combine the terms. 1x minus 8x is negative 7x. And 3 minus 40 is negative 37 over. These are going to combine their like terms. So x squared, these go away, right? Positive 5 and negative 5 is gone. So x squared minus 25. All right, I'm going to give you a worksheet, and I'm going to ask you to do number 1, number 2, 3 and 4. Let's do 1 through 4. And if you get stuck, it's okay, but they are in order with the ones I just did on this video with you. So the first example I did is just like example number 1 on the worksheet, so you can give it a try. The second example is just like number 2, and 3 is like 3, and 4 is like 4. So you can hopefully look back at my example, and it'll help you to work number 1. All right, I'll see you Wednesday.